Please subscribe. The 2020 Volvo XC40 handles the most in vogue new vehicle section, that of the reduced hybrid. It puts forth its defense with intense hues, astounding styling, and, most essentially, with a membership plan that slices through the purpose of procurement mess that applies to most new vehicle exchanges. It's sold in Momentum, R Design, and Inscription versions, and in 2 Turbo 4 yields, with front or all-wheel drive. We don't have thorough security information yet, which hoses the score a piece. However, until further notice, we give the Volvo XC40 a 6.7 out of 10. The XC40 is an amazing bit of work. It withdraws profoundly from Volvo's typical SUV shapes, with an unpolished, tall position that kind of ambiguously helps us to remember a Jeep Compass, but one with its styling demonstration together. The rough, restless shape sets with a cockpit that flanks front travelers with information and checks and screens, and in the event that their classy, lava orange floor covering, as painfully on point for Scandinavian plan as the discretionary driftwood trim. In any case, the XC40 is a conventional little hybrid. It is fueled by one of 2 Turbo 4 motors. All-wheel drive is accessible, similar to a sportier R design form that comes packed with stiffer suspension, greater wheels, and the essential reflexive dark trimmings. We like the 2 powertrains, however we've invested the greater part of our energy on the whole-wheel drive XC40s with the game suspension. It's all-around damped with accessible versatile stuns, has snappy guiding and a light touch to the controls, however its transmission gear selector needs a reconsider. The inside is comparable to the XC40's greater, pricier brethren as far as usefulness. Comfortable front seats capitalize on the accessible room, thus does Volvo's regard for a little thing stockpiling. Load space and adaptability are incredible, yet 2 grown-ups will be more joyful in the thin secondary lounge than 3. The typical touchscreen infotainment has representation style yield here, and the sagaciously bundled highlights get significantly progressively comprehensive in our design and Inscription trim. The greatest focal point with the XC40 is the new membership administration it offers. For $700 every month, members in the Care by Volvo membership plan get the chance to utilize the XC40 much as they would were they renting it for a long time. In any case, we'd spec out a lower estimated Momentum to get the greater part of what the 2020 XC40 offers, strikingly styled hybrid as item bona fides, at the most minimal cost. The XC40 hasn't shed its Volvo roots, however there's a raffish puberty about it that doesn't exist in the patrician XC60 or XC90, not to mention the S60 and S90 cars. We give the XC40 a 7 out of 10 for styling. The accessible strong hues may well have originated from the Dodge Challenger's paint palette, yet the XC40 wears them well. Its square-shaped and upstanding extents can pull off such attractive tones. On the off chance that you think the XC40 appears to be unique than different Volvos yet can't put a finger on it, the appropriate response is in the subtleties. The grille is curved here, versus raised on the greater models. The LED headlights cross the hood line uniquely in contrast to somewhere else in the setup. There are increasingly level components to propose a bigger width than is genuinely the situation, significant, as the XC40 is only 174 inches in length and 73 inches wide. Inside, the level subjects proceed, hindered by an upstanding rectangular 9.0-inch touchscreen. The accessible $100 lava orange rug is greatly quite 70s, simply ensure it's something you can live with before you request it. Volvo has likewise worked admirably mixing style with substance with shrouded cubbies, smart stockpiling, and even a little litter container in the front place support, all of which includes a strong portion of common sense to the XC40's innards. The XC40 rides on another stage for Volvo, one that is bound to support future models. Our underlying impressions with this one, its brisk, agile, and clean increasing speed and taking care of, have us eager to perceive what's to come. We give it a 6 out of 10. The 2020 XC40 can be fitted with one of 2 powertrains. The base model is the thing that Volvo calls T4. It's a 2.0-liter Turbo 4 creation 187 pull and 221 pounds-to-foot of torque. It's front-wheel drive and shakes a similar 8-speed programmed as found in the greater, discretionary T5. We haven't driven it yet, so we can't say much regarding it. We'll refresh this space once we get some seat time. We have, be that as it may, driven the more impressive T5, and it's a genuine charmer. This 2.0-liter Turbo 4 puts out 248 horsepower and 258 pounds-to-foot of torque, and in this about 3,600-pound hybrid it's a remarkable help. The torque goes ahead right on time, so you don't need to wring out the motor to get the forces. Everything low-hanging organic product, ready and waiting. It pushes the XC40 to 60 miles per hour in 6.2 seconds, a figure that is close to the highest point of the class. We believe it's likewise one of the most refined in its group also. There's no awkward sounds exuding from in the engine, and nor is there over-the-top breeze, street, or motor commotion. It is quieted to a noteworthy degree. The 8-speed just further underwrites this impression. Our one problem with it, the shifter. In a word, it's goading. As opposed to utilize the now old-school dogleg, or a contemporary revolving dial, this is an odd little BMW-esque device that requests 2 descending snaps to go from park to drive. On the off chance that you just snap it down once, you end up in unbiased, you'll wind up hurrying up and just getting motor commotion with no forward movement. You'll likely become accustomed to this after some time. However, in our stretch with the XC40 we thought that it was baffling each time we went to move the thing. The T5 comes standard with all-wheel drive. The framework is from BorgWarner and can send up to 50% of the torque to the back pair of wheels. Simply don't figure you can go gallivanting down Jeep trails. On the off chance that you need taking care of cleaves, get the R design. This trim brings equipment upgrades not found on the Momentum or Inscription trims, including stiffer springs and beefier move bars. It works superbly at blending game and comfort and doesn't bargain the ride quality. Contrasted with opponents, for example, the BMW X1 or Mercedes GLA, the XC40 stands its ground in solace and quality. Thus we give it a 7 out of 10. In advances the place things are generally agreeable. The seats are delicate and strong, and they guarantee throughout the day support were you to wander cross-country. Warmed seats are discretionary, however, which is a failure from the brand that had them standard path, thinking back to the 80s. To make more space for back travelers, Volvo utilizes scalloped front seats. The stunt works. Our 6-foot 3-inch manager could sit in the back even once he had balanced the front seat just as he would prefer. In any case, the lodge isn't exactly wide enough for 3 to sit side by side in the subsequent line. Put 3 people of any form back there and shoulders will rub. Sharp stockpiling has large amounts of the XC40. It has profound entryway pockets, sack holders on the glove box, and other little spaces and alcoves dissipated all through. There's even a refuse container in the support. These extra rooms are sprinkled into an inside that punches a class over its value point as far as quality and substance. Presumably about it, this is a top-notch space. With 20.7 cubic feet of extra room behind the back seats and 47 3D shapes with those seats collapsed, the XC40 is bounty large for a wide range of load. Volvo offers load coordinators that trim out the space well. The XC40 hasn't been completely crash-tried at this point, however scores are sufficient to raise its score here to a solid 8 out of 10. Just the FS has gotten an opportunity to crash test the XC40. However, its exhibition accumulated at their top great rating when furnished with the discretionary headlights. Each XC40 gets standard program crisis slowing down with forward crash alerts and dynamic path control. Alternatives incorporate the Pilot Assist bundle, which includes versatile journey control that can naturally follow different vehicles and go back and forth traffic and furthermore can turn itself off consequently. Better headlights and an Encompass C camera framework are accessible, and vulnerable side screens and back cross-traffic alarms can be added to base models. That last piece of tech is especially useful, as the thick columns can fundamentally frustrate outward perceivability. The 2020 XC40 has a serious base cost and a lot of highlights, including great infotainment. It additionally offers a novel membership administration and solid guarantee inclusion. We give it an 8 out of 10 for highlights. With a beginning cost of $35,340 or a month-to-month membership cost of $700, the base XC40 Momentum comes well outfitted with LED headlights, 18-inch wheels, material upholstery, a 12.3-inch advanced measure group, Bluetooth network, and a force customizable driver's seat. Choices incorporate a bundle with vulnerable side screens, keyless start, and remote cell phone charging. Another bundle has a force front seat, but then another has Pilot Assist and an Encompass C camera framework. All-wheel drive is accessible on all forms. The standard infotainment framework is a similar arrangement on all the 3 trims, a 9.0-inch touchscreen that incorporates Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Volvo's framework rushes to react and instinctive to utilize, putting it towards the highest priority on our rundown of most loved in-vehicle infotainment frameworks. Climbing from the Momentum, purchasers can go in one of 2 headings, the sportier R design or lavish Inscription. Both are firmly valued, however contrast in their demeanor. The $40,945 are a design as the fan's decision. Other than its sportier look, on account of polished dark trim and 19-inch wheels, it includes suspension upgrades for a stiffer ride and improved road holding. Extra standard highlights over the Momentum incorporate a force front seat, double-zone atmosphere control, route, cowhide with softened cowhide upholstery, an all-encompassing rooftop, and a movement-initiated back end. This is where you can purchase T.